Welcome back to Cooking with Tammy. Today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious lasagna soup because it's cold outside and it's nothing better than a nice warm bowl of soup. So to this Dutch oven, I was about to say cast iron skillet, to this Dutch oven, because I'm not going to brown the meat first. Usually I do. So, you know, if you're rocking out with ground beef, you don't usually require oil. But you know what? I want to saute my veggies first. We are going to add our diced shallots. I opted for shallots today over using diced onions simply because the shallots are a lot sweeter. So I mean, like, why not, right? Gonna add some finely chopped garlic. Give that a good toss as well. And add the meat now. Break it up. This is a lean cut of beef, so I'm not anticipating too much oil once the meat starts to render. So we don't have a lot of oil going on in the pan, so that's a good thing. Nothing to strain or drain. I'm going to go in with my bell peppers, both red and green. Give those a quick mix as well. We want the bell peppers to become slightly softened. And in the meanwhile, it's time for our fun part, all right? We are going to season this meat on up. All right, so I want to start off with hitting it with some of my Cooking with Tammy all-purpose seasoning. Add a good amount for a nice flavor. We're also going to add some paprika. This is just regular paprika, not smoked. It's going to help with the color of the ground meat. I'm also going to add some chili flakes for a little not too much, especially if you have kids eating. I'm also going to add some dried thyme. I wanted to add fresh thyme, but I don't have any on hand. And I'm also going to go in with some fresh oregano. You could simply chop it up, or you could just break it up, either or. Whatever you do, don't put the stems in there. Stir that on in as well. So we're trying to build in-depth flavors, so I'm going to go in with some tomato paste. Add a couple tablespoons. So I want to say, honestly, about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. That's going to give it a nice, rich, deep color and flavor as well. Stir this on in. I'm going to lower the flame to low, medium, and allow the bell peppers to break down some more before we add any other ingredients. I'm going to go in with a little pinch of salt and pepper. Okay, stir that on in. So far this looks absolutely beautiful. That's gorgeous. I'm going to add a small pinch of bouillon. This is chicken bouillon, however. If you want more of an in-depth flavor, you could definitely add beef bouillon as well. The chicken bouillon is going to amp the flavors up, definitely. If you've ever used chicken bouillon, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to add our favorite brand of marinara. Depending on the type of household you grew up in, you know what time it is. You know it's time to add some water to this jar. You got to get all of the contents out of this jar. It's not official until you literally shake that water up and get everything out of the jar. All right, we're going to stir it up. And that took away all of that noisy sizzling. Smelling so good so far. We're going to add our chicken broth to this mix. We're going to add some fresh basil. You could definitely use dried basil if you have that on hand as well. When it comes to fresh basil, a small amount goes a far way. Even more than dried basil. Dried basil, you need to add a little bit more. But with fresh basil, not as much. And you're going to get the same results. All right, we just gave that a quick stir. We're not going to add anything else just yet. And that's about it for now. We're going to cover it down, allow it to come to a slow boil. It's been about 10 minutes so far. Let's check on our soup. Looking good. All right, we are going to go in with our lasagna noodles. Just break it any type of way. It doesn't matter. Some of the pieces are going to be bigger than the other pieces. Not because this is called lasagna soup mean you have to officially use lasagna pasta. No, you don't. You could use farfalle, that works out really well as well. You could use elbow, you could use so many, rigatoni, penny pasta, whatever you want to add. This is your soup, so add what you have on hand. Pasta is going to take about 20 minutes, at least this brand, to soften up. So that's perfect. That's, in my opinion, that's going to give the soup enough time to continue to thicken up and reduce even more. Give it a good stir. Make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom. I'm going to place my cover back on, but the only difference is I'm going to place it halfway on simply because I don't want this to boil over. 20 minutes later, let's check on our soup. Wow. Ooh, this smells good. This thing is hot. You hear me? My goodness. All right, check it out. As you can see, the texture and consistency, everything started to thicken up, which is perfect. All right, we are going to go in with our heavy cream. I forgot to mention, this is a creamy version of the lasagna soup. Nothing better than a creamy bowl of soup, okay? Nothing better. Definitely warm your soul up. All right, gonna continue stirring it. Make sure nothing is stuck at the bottom. We're gonna add our spinach. And I'm not gonna chop it up, I'm just gonna add it like that. This is the type of dish, my loves, that you can add anything. Anything, and it's not gonna spoil the dish. When I say anything, don't add anything. But for the most part, if you want to add, like, let's say if you have a bag of frozen veggies or peas in the refrigerator, you can definitely add that as well. I'm gonna add just a little bit more spinach because we can, and I have more than enough. All right, and as most of us know, spinach takes no time whatsoever to cook. So I am gonna go ahead and turn our stovetop off. Now here's the thing, the spinach is gonna continue to cook even more because this is a Dutch oven and it's gonna remain hot for quite some time. So right now will be the perfect time to turn the stove off. Allow it to cool just a bit, or if you're greedy like me, go in with a ladle, get that favorite bowl of yours, layer it up, and get to eating. All right, I'm gonna go in for a quick taste test before I close out this video. Ooh, it's so hot. Wowzers. Wow. You have all of the flavors, but most importantly, you have that creamy, textured, decadent sauce that we created because we added the heavy cream. This soup right here is absolutely amazing. Definitely one of my top soups that I'm going to be making more often this winter. As always, I'm your girl cooking with Tammy. Definitely don't forget to subscribe and leave those comments. Of course, all recipe details will be where at the bottom in the description bar. And as always, I will definitely catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.